This is the Lenovo Legion Slim 7i 2023 model. It's part of the Lenovo's Slim lineup, which are usually lighter and more portable than the Pro lineup. I've always been on the search for the perfect laptop. I want my laptop to be light and portable, have a decent battery life, handle everything that I throw at it, and not break the bank. So I want to see how close this Lenovo Slim comes to being the perfect laptop for me. This specific model comes with an i9-13900H, 4070 GPU, 32GB of RAM, 1TB NVMe SSD, and a 16-inch 3K 165Hz display. One finger lift test, pass. Straight away I can tell that this laptop is a premium product. Almost everything is built out of aluminum and feels sturdy. I like when laptops are built with aluminum instead of plastic. You can trust that if it falls out of your hand, it won't break as easily. There's almost no flex on the keyboard, which was very nice to see. The hinge is also very strong. There is a slight wobble to it, but nothing to worry about. If we turn the laptop around, you can see the mesh design, which is made for air intake. And on the sides of the laptop, there's openings for exhausting the air. The speaker grills are also placed at the bottom of the laptop. A laptop rarely gives you everything you need in terms of ports, especially if it's a slim laptop. But I'm happy to say that that's not the case here. On the left, there are two Thunderbolt 4 ports, plus a headphone jack, full-sized SD card slot with camera shutter switch, and on the back, there is three USB-A 3.2 ports, a HDMI 2.1 port, and the charging port. It doesn't get much better than this when it comes to ports on a laptop. Lenovo makes some of the best keyboards on any laptop. This is no exception. The keys have decent travel to them and the layout is easy to get used to. The only thing I would do differently is to not include the numpad, because rarely anyone uses the numpad, and centering the entire keyboard would give you more space and would give you a more natural typing experience. So that's my only complaint when it comes to the keyboard. Unfortunately, Lenovo has not included Windows Hello on this laptop, but they have included a fingerprint sensor on the power button, which works very well. Overall, I like the design of this laptop. They've managed to keep the laptop very slim and portable while including all the ports that you need. This is one of the best screens I've seen on a laptop. It is super sharp at 3200 by 2000 pixels, so creating content is going to be a nice experience on this laptop. You can see a lot of your timeline in Adobe, and if you're doing any color work, it covers 100% of the sRGB color space, which is really nice. This also makes watching movies a great experience if you're into that. The refresh rate is also 165Hz. This makes scrolling animations and gaming very smooth. In comparison, it is smoother than the MacBook Pro, which is only 120Hz. One thing that is a downside for this 3K resolution is the 4070 GPU struggles to push frames close to that 165 at 3K. Let's talk about gaming. This laptop comes with the 40 series graphic cards, and this model specifically has the 4070, which is the highest you can get it in. I chose Red Dead Redemption to run a series of tests to see how the laptop performs with different resolutions and different power settings. I've also placed the mic next to the laptop so you can get an idea of the noise level with different power settings. At 3200 by 2000, with all the settings maxed out, you can expect an average FPS of 52 with minimum FPS of 26 and a maximum of 66. So even with everything maxed out at 3K, you still have a playable game. This was with the performance mode on, so the fans got as loud as 59 decibels, which is a bit annoying. In the same resolution on 3K, I put the laptop on balance mode, which gave a laptop an average FPS boost to 55, a low of 34 and a maximum of 72. The fans were around 52 decibels. My theory is that because the laptop tries to use more power on performance, gets more hot and performs worse. On quiet mode, the performance took a dip to 42 FPS average, which was expected, but the fans were significantly quieter at 37 decibels. Moving on to a more normal resolution of 1600 by 2560 with the performance mode on, the performance did improve a lot. We got an average FPS of 73 and a maximum of 92. I tried this resolution because sometimes when you buy these laptops, you like to plug them into your external monitors, which are typically a lower resolution, like 2K that we just tried. And the 2K resolution suits the 4070 GPU way more than a 3K resolution. With a less demanding title like CSGO 2, the performance mode, I got an average of 115 with the settings maxed out with 3K resolution. This was a little bit disappointing. I was expecting to get at least the 165 refresh rate of the monitor, but if you turn that resolution down and you turn the settings down, you can get that 165 as well. I also tried the 3D Time Spy benchmark and got a score of 12,000 with the performance mode. A large percentage of people will be doing a lot of video and photo editing on this laptop. When I tried to edit a video, everything was smooth, but to give you a more specific score, I tried Cinebench benchmarking app and got a score of 1000, which is very good. The NVMe drive in this laptop was very fast. I measured a read speed of 7120 and a write speed of 6441. So doing large file transfers on this laptop is going to be very fast. Let's talk about the cons, specifically the battery and the thermals. By now we know that this is a relatively capable machine, crushing most workloads that you throw at it and most games as well. It also has every port that you would want in a laptop. The build quality is very good, on par with some of the best laptops that you can get, and it only weighs 2 kilograms. So are there any negatives to this laptop? Well, unfortunately there are. And these negatives might be deal breakers for you. For one, the battery life on this laptop is very poor. With every single power setting turned to low, which takes a moment to adjust, I was getting a maximum of 4 hours of battery life with doing everyday tasks, like browsing the web. If I turn the laptop to a more usable setting to perform my work tasks like photo editing, I was only getting 1.5 hours to 2 hours of battery life. Another negative is that the laptop was getting warm even with the quieted mode. I don't have a device to measure just how warm it was, but I wouldn't want to put it on my skin. And that's a problem when you want to use the laptop on your lap. I want to add that these issues are largely not Lenovo's or any manufacturer's fault. They're more to do with the chips that are inside here, which are Nvidia and Intel, which are not as efficient as chips that Apple makes. So we'll just have to wait for them to get efficient. So in conclusion, I think that this is a very good laptop. It has amazing build quality, it is light and portable as a laptop should be. It is powerful for any task, whether that's gaming or video editing. You're not missing out on any ports that you need, but the battery life and thermals let it down a little bit. If you're going to be using this mostly unplugged and want something that will last, there are better options for you. I would personally still put it at one of the best laptops of 2023 as long as you don't use it on battery much. When it comes to performance and portability, it's really good. This laptop sometimes goes on sale for $2,800 AUD, which is a steal in my opinion. You can also wait for the new Intel Core Ultra laptops, which are going to be very efficient, much more efficient than these 13th gen laptops, but they're also going to be more expensive. So the choice is yours. If you enjoyed this video or learned anything from it, please do like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you.